A lot of people I've seen hate this map for some reason. I don't really get it because, you know, people complain about a lot of the smaller maps and stuff like that, and like corridors and stuff, and that map, it's, you know, it still kind of has lanes for you to play down, but it's wide open, and it, you know, it's pretty complex, Studzianki. But, you know, I see people complaining about it too. You'll never make anyone happy, I guess. Or everybody. Which, I did forget. I will credit all you guys, Levi Biscuits too. That's one thing. Since I was making myself some tea, I need to credit Levi Biscuits for last night, for anyone that tipped. I will get to it though, after today's stream. But before I hop into the battle here, as far as the crew thing, more or less, you can see here, it does say like Brothers in Arms, 6 cents, but when it comes to, I don't think you'll actually be able to, there you go, modifiers, so final value, bleh, would be 100% with the training level, but when it comes to equipment, we have vents plus 5%, Brothers in Arms plus another 5%, but the way that works out, it's really only a 2 point, if I can get it, where do we go, load here, it's really only about 2.5% or so, the change that you see. Like you can see it kind of hovering over that, which I'm sure that's what you're seeing, but when you look at the view range here, you'll see Brothers in Arms plus 9, Situation Awareness, and Vents, where they're not like 100%, but it's just roughly the same. You can see just one less on the Brothers in Arms skill, to where that's one thing to where, like for Wakuru, I've never dove like super deep into like crew skills, just because honestly it's really confusing. Tier 8 Chinese heavy, I think that's the 110. But it's one of those things that where I'll get to. Yes, I don't have the written portions of the map strats up, but I have Studzianki, Minsk, and the reworked Pilsing up there. Hello, Courtesy. Nice to see you. And everybody else popping in here. No problem, Randall. You can tell I'm always a little tired on today's stream. I got myself tea, coffee, apple cider, and this is like, it's called dry sparkling. It's like healthy soda. I don't know if I like it because of the healthy part, but it's just like vanilla sparkling water with like a little bit of like sugar in it. It tastes okay, it's just, compared to other stuff, you know, it kind of pales in comparison. Which next week 1.2 comes out, so we have even more maps being added into the game. We'll see if I can get those up beforehand, but you know, this week and next week is kind of like my last like full weeks of work for the year. And like this year we are open a little bit more in the fall and winter. So like usually I would have only worked like 3.5 days at work. Now I'm going to be doing about 4.5, 5. So almost the same as what I do now, but I have a little bit more time on my hands. But I'll know basically by Friday or Sunday coming up. Next week I might have to switch up the stream schedule a little bit, since last week I would full work next week, but it's still, we have some parties and stuff, so I might be there on Wednesday. You know, I wouldn't be able to stream then, Wednesday morning then. We'll see. Scheduling in a kitchen is always, hard, and it can change a lot. I'm going to try to push here. If we can keep them off of this corner. This M103, he doesn't even notice that I'm trying to get around him. I don't care if I take a shot or so, as long as I can get up. But with them backing off, this isn't 100% risk-free. But it's going to scare the crap out of these two if that's the only tanks that are there. Oh man, I completely botched that shot. He got off a little lucky, and so did I. It was a big risk, but I just went in one fell swoop. And that's how you gain control of this. T10's up next for me. So this mouse didn't push. Hopefully the T10 doesn't notice that I'm here, because he's about to get smacked. I'm gonna take a shot probably though. But that's how I usually like to play this area. When there's only one arty or zero arty, and the enemy team isn't pressing that corner hard, you can make a push in a tank that doesn't have a lot of armor. But it's all down to teamwork, which I put a little faith in my team, and it worked out there. Doesn't mean that we're gonna win still, but it increases the chance, I feel like. Yeah, I should go through there with heat. What do you mean it's not? Oh, never mind. Got confused there. But Brothers in Arms, you know, I think it's worth it for basically every tank. It just depends on your opinion on what order to take crew skills. This tank feels dirty when you're firing heat out of it. I figure with all these super heavies, though, I don't feel too bad doing it. If it means that I can just raffle stomp them. The T57 though is awesome when you're just able to pump damage out and you're doing a decent job at not taking too much. Warping G backed off. The Z100 is probably going to shoot me, but I'm just waiting for myself to get loaded here. Ooh, don't angle. But that's a clean 5,600 damage, 1,300 assist. You know, the T57 Heavy, it doesn't like perform super well when you take into account like everyone's battles on a server, because it is pretty fragile. The mobility isn't like excellent either, as you see the top speed's capped pretty low. And, you know, people tend to focus this, but you can't deny this is probably one of the best autoloader tanks that don't feel, or it doesn't feel like an autoloader. So, excuse me. Yeah, this is, you know, one of those tanks that you usually hear that I don't like to play autoloaders, even though they are good. This doesn't feel like you're playing one. I'm kind of glad my random tank command picked this for me. Got a mastery badge first class, high caliber award, easily the most amount of damage in the battle. Just kind of mowing through them there. All in all, pretty nice fight.